But the one video which you saw earlier was about about the different nations. They do not like black people. And what the lady was saying is that these nations of people are only there for their own best interest. Some of the Koreans and Chinese, from what I've seen, and other people just come for their entertainment. And basically, what the woman was saying in the video was basically, um, you're your own worst enemy, basically, in a nutshell. And so that's what basically what it was about. And you know, it's up it's up to African Americans to where they shop, what they do with their money. But I guess what some people are saying, why are you spending your money with people, some of the people that of these nations that don't like you, they don't think highly of you. You see in the video, they went to a Chinese museum and they put an ape next to a boy that opened up his mouth and compared the boy to an ape and everything else and tried to make distinguish thing. That's why I said this thing is passed around, and black people are the lords of the lower pole or the mockery of different nations. So that's why I was showing that video and what the brother was saying. But that's basically what it's saying. But it's interesting. But some people, that's why I don't know if I can go to some place like China. Seeing something like that. You know, it makes you wonder. Not saying that everybody's like that in China, but it makes you wonder. You know, because sometimes we don't know what everybody be saying in their own language. We don't, and they could be saying it could be saying much, all kind of crazy stuff, and you wouldn't even know about it. And they know and they know that they do it because they know most of them don't know you don't speak the language. The major thing is when you don't speak another person's language, they can talk about you and take advantage of you if you don't have wisdom enough to see. This video is not to share and divide, but it's to kind of wake up the masses of people on how people view people around the world. Yeah, you may not be on TV entertainment, but you might be just like a spectacle. If they think that way about black people, just imagine probably how some of them think about NBA players that go over there. You know, I wonder what they think of them. Man, there's no sense of respect. But I just wanted to make a video on this, but it was really interesting to see this, that, you know, black people, and as far as she was talking about, this is due to the 1619 is a dangerous lie. That's what she's covering. But that's all I wanted to say about this. It's just that. But yeah, these nations are going to pay. But these nations are going to have to pay black people, the ones they have kept in bondage and slavery. They're going to pay. They're going to have to part, or else they're going to be up under the curse. Because like I was saying in one video, you think, the Hebrew at that time, they would get mistreated. They were in squams amongst each other and with other nations. And some couple nations tried to take out the ancient Hebrews, and they think that they was doing a so-called good service, a demonic service for the devil. But in the end, the nation was torn to smithereens for the next 100 years. So people don't get it. Is that when you keep doing stuff like that to a nation and think that they subservient to you, China is don't. The Chinese which they're already persecuting other people, you know, they're going to pay dearly. The ones who's doing it. They want to take up that colonial master mindset and say, well, since you give them to us, and then we'll come in another way, in our own way, and we'll deal with them. But the Chinese is the next one. The Koreans and these other folks are the next one. You keep mistreating black people, you're going to find out they're going to be part of that curse. That God's going to get his vengeance. It's going to come. My name is James. You know, this video is not on division. It's not slander. It's not about hatred, violence, but it's waking up the masses. You can't keep persecuting people and think you're going to get away with it. You can't control the people and think that you're going to control the resources and get away with it. Your kingdom is coming down. Like I always say, the kingdoms are coming down. And those who anticipate, any other nation that anticipate, they're gonna reap the same effect. So it may look like they got everything going, but their kingdom's coming down. And some of them, God's gonna make sure some of them live who do the evil so he can witness them. And if some of them don't repent, they're gonna pay the price. It's coming. The judgment is already in the land with the COVID. The COVID is one of the major judgments right there. Right now it's rising up in India. It's rising up. It was rising up in China. It's rising up in America. It's rising up in Brazil. That's a judgment. And these people still thinking that they could overcome the judgment. No, this judgment is going to hit them too, just as long as the unrighteousness. This what these people ain't going to be able to escape this judgment. They ain't going to be able to escape this judgment. It's the truth. My name is James. You guys take care. But I just wanted to point it out. I'm just going through the videos, and sometimes I check out. It'd be some interesting videos. You know, interesting topics. But this guy right here, RepTim Scot. I'm gonna show you this fake. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on. I'm gonna stop it right here. Damn, I can't. I'm gonna play like a minute of it. Just enough to get his picture. I'm not gonna like disrespect dude's video, but I recorded it. Hold on. Come on, commercial. I know I'm talking about this one. This guy right here, RepTim Scot. You seen him on? You seen him? This man claims that there's no racism. At the video I just showed you, people mocking black people. There's one video where it showed that black people getting beat by Chinese people. Black people getting shot in the head. You know, getting shot. Neighbors calling police. There's certain individuals that's online, that's on these YouTube pages that show that these people, some of the black people who not committed the crime, who have not caused the provocation of the racial attacks, have been racially attacked. In some cases get racially killed by law enforcement. But this man right here claims that there's no racism in America. In the midst of the racism. Please make it make sense. How does a man who's a black man, as you can see, can say that there's no racism? How is a man can say something like this? I mean, is the status, you think because of status, you have a lot of black people like this. There's some black people like this. They think that just because of their education, they get to a certain status, they think that they exclude them. No, you're not excluded, RepTim Scot. You're just a good old boy. You their boy, and you're their defend. They use you because that's what they do. You're just a boy to them. You're not a man, and you come from a descendant of slaves. Slave means property. They don't the racist people don't see you as an equal. Don't matter what you represent. In fact, there's some people think that your position was given because you had to have a black person. Because black people don't mentally have the capability of making decisions and run and cult things. And you're just a joke. You have racist people in this country that think that way, Tim Scott. And you're not secluded because somebody in your family is going to be subjugated to racism. You've been subjugated from what they said to racism itself. How can you sit up there and say that there's no racism? Not only that there's not racism, not one just with some white people, but you have other people in the videos from these other nations that have in history a historical view of putting black people or taking advantage of black people, putting them in neighborhoods with black people, making sure that they got the pen for their resources to keep them oppressed. And if the black people who they buy and help put them on top get them, then that means they're getting hand out of line. And I don't know why some black people feel like that just because you live in the suburbs or you got a nice position or you're educated, you don't understand when you're not in their presence, they laugh at you. When you're not in their presence, some of these people mock you, and they might think you as a goody black. But if you have objective of mind, you the N word. That's a fact. White, you you really don't understand. You kind of man that think you safe, but you're not. That's all I got to say. But you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out when the rip when you get pulled over, when your name is not recognized in Washington. Get stop with these one of these little towns or across the individual 10. Cut somebody off in traffic. Walk down the wrong side of the neighborhood, Tim Scott, and you will see what racism is. And you say that. Go go to a well-to-do area, not where you live at. Go to a well-to-do area in some part of the state where it's a historic. And you just walk through there. Let you show a house in the middle of the daytime. You was a realtor, Tim Scott, and you see someone think that you and another black person thinking that you're robbing the house. Okay, Tim Scott, you don't believe that racism exists? Okay, let's say you have a child, Tim Scott. You, you know, kids go through the same thing too. Well, I don't know. Maybe because you're the goody black. You're one of the good blacks, the good minorities. They don't care, Tim, because at the end of the they don't get there. If you turn against your own, they're going to turn against you. They're only going to let you go so far. That's what the racist people do. The ones who are racist. Not all white people are racist, but the ones that do. You a good boy. You want a good black. You're not one a coon, bucking, monkey looking person. Oh no, we don't deserve to call you that. But as soon as you object to their opinion, Tim, you're gonna become that. Trust me. Trust me. Your skin, your reflection is in. If you didn't know you in China, you'd be like a typical African. They think you brought over the Ebola disease. And you go in different parts of the world, they think that you're an African. They don't care how much your education is. Do you think that's what it is? Oh, in different parts of the other world, you're black. And you just because your education will not escape the racism, the current racism we in America and around the world. So remember that, Tim. So next time, just think about just think about this what I'm saying. It, no one just because your family get along, because and you probably have a descendant probably was on the plantation. You probably was one of your descendants probably one of the descendants that you want to warm up to the master. And you think that even though you watch other black people get mistreated and built in the cotton field, you got the chance to get into and get they throw out a couple chips and think that you're above somebody. They gonna let you go to this Ivy League school and you're above somebody. It's sad that you don't want to see the rest of your people come out of bondage. That's why. But keep it up. Keep the nine. You'll see. Oh, you'll see. You got more of it coming. Have an ejection and maybe at some point do the right thing. That would